Hey, welcome back to the channel. I want to talk on a topic today, which is why do businesses use high ticket offers as a way to grow their businesses, especially early on? Special edition, I'm out traveling, I'm on the road, I'm in Ithaca, New York, and this is my view from the back of where I'm staying. And I thought, I was actually sitting down and I was like, I won't do a YouTube video today. And I was like, no, I made a commitment to myself. So here I am, we're getting it up. And hopefully if you can relate to that, if you're building your own business, growing your own channel or something like that, that you find the determination and motivation to put something out there today that's going to help people. And so one question I've gotten asked frequently is, hey, Will, why do you recommend that people charge a higher ticket price for their businesses when they're starting out? And I want to break down just first off, what does it mean to be having a high ticket offer? And the truth is, it's really in context to a lot of things. So if we're looking at high ticket in the common, I guess, online marketing world that exists now, you're usually looking at something that's like $2,000, $3,000, or $5,000 or above as a higher ticket item. And I don't really have, to be honest, I don't have like a formal, not formal, I don't have research to say this is exactly why. It's considered $2,000, $3,000, or $5,000, but my guess and what I've come to see in the marketplace and having been in a bunch of groups and being surrounded by a lot of entrepreneurs that are doing, offering high ticket offers is it's really one of the price ranges that becomes profitable when advertising on social platforms. So you might be thinking, well, what if I have a $100 product? Couldn't I advertise that on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok as well? And you absolutely can. But what you'll find is you have to be incredibly, incredibly good and skilled at those. And your margins are like this, meaning it might cost you $85 to make a $100 sale. But if you're selling thousands of them, then that's totally fine, right? Like that's an acceptable margin. Most people don't have that skill level and they don't know how to optimize so far deep into the conversion funnel that they're able to get those kinds of margins. And so we really look at if you're selling something at a higher price, it allows you to be able to advertise on social platforms and still have a 30, 40, 50 plus, sometimes even up to 70, 80% margin on what you're selling, right? And this goes back to, do you even know if you have a profitable product or service? Meaning after you have accounted for all your expenses, saved for taxes and saved for growth, what's the profit left over? So a high ticket offer is something that in the online marketing space, at least $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 or more. Obviously there's context. If you are in selling business to business and you're in let's say getting contract or making bids for construction contracts, I would imagine high ticket is probably in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. In this case, in the online marketing context, let's say it's $2,000 to $3,000 or even $5,000 or above. Why start there instead of starting small and maybe selling a smaller product or offer? And the reality is, I've found in my experience, and I think the people that I've coached and have talked to as well will tell you that it's just as difficult to sell something for $2,000 as it is to sell for $100. Yep, you heard me right. It's just as difficult to sell something for $2,000 as it is for $100. And when you create a business, hopefully if you're in a business, you've set a personal financial goal that you want to meet for yourself. And even if you're just starting up and maybe you're thinking, well, this is a passion project and I really just want to do this for the good of things, at some point you're going to have to make a trade and say, hey, do I really want to just keep running this as a charity, or do I actually want to pay myself from this? And if you want to pay yourself from it, you need to be able to set a financial goal that you want for yourself. And then you need to break down how much profit do you make per unit sold, whether that's your time, consulting, whether that's a product that you make, a course or a program or a t-shirt or whatever it is that you're making and selling. And you need to figure out, well, how much do I keep per unit sold so I can pay myself to hit my financial goal? And most people assume, well, what if I just make something that's only $100? It can't be that hard to sell. It's only $100 and I'll have tens of thousands of people that want it. And the reality is that's where people really mess up, which is most people who start a business don't have audiences yet. And they don't have raving fans or people who are knocking down their door who want to work with them. And you could even come into the marketplace with an incredible product that maybe is even better than the other products in the marketplace. But if you have no awareness and no ability to demonstrate or communicate what your product can do for people, you are going to get, that business is going to get crushed by the competition that is already marketing, already has awareness, problem awareness, solution awareness, and product awareness in the marketplace. And so for most people, they don't have thousands of people, tens of thousands of people who are aware of their product and even willing to buy it. And so how do you create the kind of financial income that you want for yourself early on? And what I recommend is, when you're going into this route, how do you take something that's, let's say, a $100 program that you were going to sell? Let's just say, for example, we'll make it really simple. You want to sell an online course, and it's about how to rent Airbnbs. Since I'm in an Airbnb right now, how do you rent Airbnbs? And it's for $100. Well, you could sell that for $100, and let's say you want to make $10,000 this month. Just revenue. We won't even go profit. We'll just say revenue. Well, you have to sell 100 of those courses every month to hit that goal. And maybe you've been doing some online, putting yourself out there online, and you have 1,000 Instagram followers. And the first month you actually get 100 people to buy. Incredible, right? You hit your 10,000 a month goal. Well, the problem is all the people who are ready to buy just bought, and the next month, 2 people buy. Well, now you only made $200 that month, and you were thinking you were going to keep making $10,000. And this is just supply and demand. You don't have the demand, but you have low demand and you have infinite supply. It's a course, right? You can just be able to give it to anybody anytime, and you don't have the demand. And so how do you reverse that, where you can actually go and find, how can you consistently hit your financial goal? Well, within that sub niche, or within that 100 people that bought, there were probably 3 or 4 people who would have been willing to pay you much more to actually have you sit down and coach them through the course. So not just the course, but you actually sat down with them, you mentored them, you tutored them. And this is where you become a coach or consultant in this case. And people are usually willing to pay 10 to 20 times more for that course, for that coaching or consulting than they are just for the course itself. One is more passive, totally do it yourself, and one is more done with you and actually getting curated custom guidance. And so when you do that, you can raise your rates. And so let's say you raise your rate to $2,000 to coach someone for 8 weeks. Well, if you can get 5 people per month to agree to that, then you are making your $10,000 a month, and you only need 5 people compared to 100 people every month if you were trying to sell your $100 course. Then, as you collect that money, the $2,000, you can actually reinvest into marketing to continue to grow your audience. And this is why people recommend going into a high ticket service to start out, so you can get cash flow to be able to market and grow your audience. As your audience grows, then it might make more sense to put into a lower ticket product that can give you passive income. I hate to say that term, to give you less active income. We'll just say it's not passive by any means. But you need the demand. And the way that you build demand is you increase your marketing, you increase your efforts and exposure into about your product into the marketplace. So I hope this video helps you break down, what does high ticket mean? What does it mean to have a high ticket offer? And 2, why do people go this route? And the biggest lesson that I've learned in this space is it allows you to stabilize your financial income faster, because it's just as hard to sell something for $2,000 as it is for $100. It just comes down to your communication and sales skills. And it allows you to have income in to be able to invest into marketing, to be able to then continue to grow your audience, aka build your demand, if you do want to have supplemental products. I hope this helps. If this has been helpful, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stick around for the channel and help you continue to grow your business. Catch you on the next episode.